Hey guys and gals, this is Sergeant Daddy Bacon 15. If you watch my previous videos, you'll notice that I've been gone for over a month. Why you ask? Let's just say I was actually unable to play anything online for the past month, so this gameplay isn't perfect since I wasn't doing very well after not being on for a long time. Okay, now moving on to the video. If you haven't noticed yet, this is episode 2 of Raw Gun Loadout. Here's where you guys pick a gun, and I use it with no attachments and give your overall review of the gun and what I personally think of it. As you can see, I'm using the ACW-R, which was suggested by RUI Carvalho. At first, I thought it was a great idea since ACW-R was one of the newest carbines and close quarters DLC, and because I loved it, its iron sights, and it just wasn't enough for me to want to make a video on it. But with the last patch, the ACW-R got a damage buff, bullet per bullet, and after using it for a while, I saw how good it is now, which kind of encouraged me to make a video on it. So, now going on to the gun itself. Like I said before, I love the iron sights on this gun. Kind of look like the ACW iron sights, which I like as well. I've liked it ever since, Bike Company 2. I used it some in Bike Company 2. I didn't really get into it that much. But what iron sights are good, I guess, depends on one's personal opinion. In this video, obviously I'm playing TDM on Death Valley, and later on I'll be playing on Armor Shield. Both of these being 2 of the 4 maps from the new Armor Kill expansion pack. And if you've played Conquest and Rush on console for these 4 new maps, you've noticed it's maybe a little big, maybe a lot. I find it really big. And Rush was kind of unbalanced because of the AC-130, but I've seen they kind of patched it. I don't see much of a difference though. It's still anyway, so now going on to the stats of the gun. The ACW-R, more popularly known as the ACR, has a rate of fire of 850 rounds per minute, which puts it as the second fastest carbine in front behind the MTAR. This fast rate of fire makes the ACW-R a very lethal weapon in close quarters, which makes me realize why they put this gun in the close quarters expansion pack. It has a bullet velocity of 500 meters per second, which is pretty much average for carbines. It also has the same bullet velocity as the G36. 500 meters per second is still slow compared to most assault rifles, which means you have to lead your targets quite a bit. So it's not going to be very easy shooting at targets from a distance that are running horizontally. Just like the G36, it also has a max distance of 750 meters, which is also average for a carbine, but I don't personally suggest you use this gun for anything more than short to medium range, not only because the max distance is slow, but also because of bullet velocity, but also because it has a bullet damage of 20% up to 8 meters, which by the way makes this the weakest carbine out of all, and has a bullet drop of drop-off damage of 16.7 at 50 meters using the 6.5 Grendel ammunition. So in close range, it'll take you about 5 shots to take down an enemy, but in very long range, it'll take you at least 7 shots to take down an enemy, assuming they have full health and you're hitting them in the chest. Unlike any other carbine, the ACW-R only has 26 bullets in the magazine, 27 counting the one in the chamber. So it's about 4 shots short from most carbines, but for me it really doesn't make much of a difference since I nearly every time reload, still having a couple bullets in the chamber. Magazine. So I don't think the bullet shortage makes much of a difference, at least not for me. I guess it just depends whether you oftenly unload your magazine or if you reload with a couple bullets. Sometimes I find myself, reloading while I'm in a duel with an enemy, or I think I've killed an enemy, I put enough shots in them, and it turns out they're alive, and they end up killing me, or I have to switch my handgun and try to take them out. Okay, the ACW-R has a vertical recoil of 0.2, which is pretty low for a carbine. It has a side-to-side recoil of 0.1 left and 0.3 right, which is kind of unbalanced for side-to-side recoil, which makes a foregrip a very essential attachment to use on this gun. The ACW-R is also considered the second carbine with the least recoil according to Sithmic.com, which is one of the only things that I've seen that make this gun in any way significant at range. It has a reload time of 1.85 seconds with a bullet in the chamber, and a long reload time of 2.5 seconds when you empty out the clip, which makes the ACW-R the carbine with the fastest short reload and the third fastest carbine with a long reload, which also ties into what I said about, reloading with a couple of bullets in the magazine. It makes it a little easier, which is another thing I think favors this gun in close quarters combat. Even though you'll most likely do very good with this gun in close combat, the gun actually performs pretty decently in medium range, and not very good, but okay in long range. Overall, I enjoyed playing with this raw gun loadout, but even though the ACW-R makes a great gun, I still don't use it with no attachments on a regular basis. My ideal setup for this gun is a Cobra sight, which is totally my personal preference. A foregrip, which I find to be essential, and if I'm playing on small maps, I often use a flash suppressor or laser sight, unless I'm playing on big maps, in which case I'd use a heavy barrel to increase its aim accuracy and increase its minimum damage to compensate for its low damage, it being the weakest carbine of all. Well, this episode of Raw Gun Loadout is coming to the end, but before, let me say I'm deeply sorry for my absence. I hadn't been playing much at all, definitely no Battlefield 3. All I'd been playing in my absence was Borderlands, but now I'm back and I'll be posting videos more oftenly. I hope you guys enjoyed my second video episode of Raw Gun Loadout. As always, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. Please share it with friends who you think might like the video. I actually went from 1,000 to almost 4,000 video views in my absence, so I'm doing pretty well. I also gained about 20 subscribers, if I'm not mistaken. I appreciate all you guys who didn't subscribe in on that long period of time. I won't be leaving for that long in a while. I doubt I'll ever do that again. And if I do, I'll be sure to warn you guys. But yeah, I should have warned, but it was kind of unpredicted what happened. But just make sure you guys post comments suggesting that what other guns you want Raw Gun Loadouts on, and also thumbs up those comments for the guns that you already want. Instead of just having a bunch of comments with the name of the gun, you know, just have one comment with a bunch of likes. But if you're still watching, perhaps I deserve a like, and if you really liked it, subscribe. Don't forget to comment. And also, I'll keep the gameplay rolling. This, just like last time, I had a bunch of gameplay left over. I didn't just want to let go to waste. So you don't have to stay and watch the gameplay, but it'd be cool if you just watch gameplay and just tell me what you thought of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed Raw Gun Loadout episode 2. I'll be working on another video recently. I know last video, one before this one, I said I was gonna be posting another video later on, but then something happened and boom, here I am. Okay, well, it's glad to be back. I'm glad to be back, and this is Sergeant Daddy Bacon 15. I'll see you guys later. Bye.